Hi guys, welcome back to the Sanctuary Altar. My name is Diana. If you're new here, you're welcome, and if you keep coming back, thank you. I appreciate you guys. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and click on the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you're notified. I don't even know how to talk about this topic, but it's a revelation, a conviction from the Holy Spirit. I'm going to try to shed light on it as much as possible, and it's to do with children and their parents. When the Lord blessed us with children, me, I'm a mother of two. I have a boy and a girl, and I believe the Holy Spirit is also teaching me a thing or two. So I want to share with parents out there. I want to share with mothers and fathers out there. And I'm going to flow according to the Holy Spirit and shed light on it as much as I can in the shortest time possible. So when we get married, the Lord blesses us with the seed of the womb. Man and woman come together and they produce children. When these children are given to us, they are a blessing from the Lord. They are a blessing from the Lord, but you have to always note that you are just a custodian of these children. You don't own them. When the Lord gives you these children, He knows them before He blesses you with them. So He writes out their destiny. The minute that seed is planted in your womb, the Lord has written out the destiny of that child. The minute you conceive, or the minute you plan, you conceive that idea of being a parent in your head, start praying upon your children. Because even the devil is waiting to steal the star of these children. So when the Lord blesses you with children, you are just a custodian. You don't own these children. You don't claim them as your own. These children are for the Lord. They are here to serve the Lord. They are here to fulfill their purposes. They are here to answer their calling when God calls them. So raise them in the ways of the Lord so that when they grow up, they don't depart from them. So what am I trying to say? As we further grow up, as our children grow up, they are going to live and cleave onto their wives, onto their partners. The man will seek, the man will go out to seek a wife, and they will find maybe your daughter. Your son will go out to seek, and he will find someone's daughter, and then he will cleave unto that woman, and they will become one. The day that happens, dear mother, dear father, that is where your custodianship stops. Now this boy, this girl has stepped into their purpose. This girl, this boy has stepped into their destiny. But there is something that happens. Sometimes mothers find it hard to let go of their children. Mothers, most of the mothers have strained relationships with their husbands. So when they give birth to the children, they end up enmeshing themselves to their children. They end up having emotional incest with their children. They feel that gap that the father or the husband is not feeling with their children. So when it's time for their children to cleave onto their wives, they're not ready to let go. That is when the devil comes in and takes over that desire, that enmeshment, that emotional incest, and they use it to their advantage. And then they begin to destroy their children's marriages. They begin to compete with their daughters-in-law. It doesn't matter who you are, but it mostly happens with women, because women, we are jealous. We want to dictate who our sons will marry. We want to dictate who our daughters will get married to. And that is a very bad thing. That means we are not honoring Genesis 2:24. It's chapter 2, verse 24. We are not honoring your child living and cleaving unto another person. They are out of your custodianship. You have done your job. And the funny thing is this: you do not understand that your value in your children's lives is not the same as your daughter-in-law or your son-in-law. Like, all these are different entities in your children's lives. Yeah, so you cannot begin to compare yourself. You cannot begin to compete for a place. I'm talking to parents generally. Yeah, but it's mostly mothers. Even fathers, sometimes it happens, it's hard for them to let go of their daughters. Yeah, but the Lord is saying your custodianship ends the minute this child cleaves onto their partner. So you must respect that covenant and let it be. Yeah. Some of you want to choose partners for your children, but only God ordains spouses. Not your mother, not your father. The Lord can work through your parents, but it is not the doing of your parents. It is the Lord. It is God that gives spouses, not your mother, not your father. Some of you go ahead to practice polygamy. You want to marry for your parents and you want to marry for yourself. So you end up bringing conflict in your home and you lose your present life and your future. Your present life because of your past life. Your past life is your parents. Your present life is your wife. And your future are your children. So you go ahead, yeah? You want to marry for your parents and you want to marry for yourself. So you bring in conflict and you end up... Yeah? So I was recording and it went off. I don't know. I hope the Holy Spirit makes me bring on this message the way it was, because the first time is always perfect. But what I was saying is that your past life is your parents. Your present life is your partner. And then your future is your children. But you end up bringing in another factor that is going to conflict, because you're depending on the opinions of your past life. You end up disorganizing your present life for your future life. And you disorganize everything. You disorganize everything. You disorganize God's will. You disorganize your destiny. You disorganize your success. You disorganize your life. Everything in your life becomes unstable. Yeah. So millennials, you're becoming parents. Some of you are parents already. But the Lord is telling you to pray upon yourselves. Pray for yourselves, so that you do not enmesh yourselves with your kids, so that you do not have emotional incest with your kids, so that when your child brings a partner at home for you, you do not try to sabotage that because of your desires. You're trying to control who your child will marry. You're trying to control who your child will have children with. You end up disorganizing everything. That is not your part. You are just a custodian of your children. The day they cleave onto their spouse, they are out of your custodianship. And all you have to do from there is give guidance, not control. Control is a sign of pride. Control is pride. You want to control the situation, you want to control your child's destiny, but you are not the one responsible. The calling of this child is different from yours. The destiny of this child is different from yours. The purpose of this child is different from yours. So don't try to stand in the way of that. Don't stand in the way of God's blessing for your child. Don't be the weapon fashioned against your child's destiny. Don't be the weapon fashioned against God's will for your child. Some of you parents are even so manipulative that you fall, some of you, God forbid, you fall sick, and then on your sick bed, you start making demands. This is my last wish. My last wish for you is that you marry someone from my tribe. My last wish for you is that you marry someone from the other family because of their status, because of how rich they are. And then your child will end up being confused and conflicted, and that is where polygamy comes in, the spirit of polygamy comes in. And then the child will want to marry for you and for themselves. And the will and the demand of this parent will invite what we call counterfeit spouses. These come with conflict, loss, death. They disorganize your family structure. They come, they have performative love because they want to manipulate. They try to perform to be better than the first wife, let's say, those who have accepted to be in polygamy. They bring conflict, they try to control you, there's a lot of jealousy, they want to cut communication with your family. That is when witchcraft comes in. They start bewitching themselves, the women start competing, they start fighting, you know. And all this will reduce your life span because of the stress that comes with these kinds of arrangements. So parents, you have to be careful, you have to be wise. Yeah, you have to be wise. That when the devil is looking for people to use, he's looking for the foolish, he's looking for the wicked, and he's looking for the selfish. So don't be foolish, don't be wicked, don't be selfish. Be selfless and allow God's will for your children to prevail. Yeah, I think in the beginning of this video I told you these partners that you bring, and you see there's a lot of resistance from your family. Yeah, that one, that is the one. That is the one for you. For you. And don't allow your parents to choose for you partners. When your mother chooses for you a partner, she's going to choose for you a partner according to the qualities that she wants in her man. So they end up giving you masculine women, women who are going to challenge you in your homes, women who are not going to be able to submit to you, women who are going to disrespect you, women who are going to conflict with you, women who are going to fight with you. Yeah.